In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can go to thrift stores to sell the items back on Amazon and eBay for a profit. This is absolutely perfect for you, especially if you do eBay to Amazon and want to just make some extra money without having to do low ROI flips. Basically, this strategy obviously entails going into thrift stores. A lot of these items are going to be used very good or used like new. They'll have their boxes and you can just sell them. The customer's going to be happy, and it's pretty low risk, really high ROI. Some of the items are actually going to be new and sealed, and you could sell those on Amazon as new if you're comfortable with that. Obviously, if you're comfortable with that, the hourly input is going to be a lot higher. If not, no worries. You can still do this and sell the items as used like new and all that. But basically what I like to do is I take a look on Google Maps before I go out, and I try to go to all the thrift stores in a certain area. That way the driving time is cut down, and I have a plan before I go out. That way I hit 2, 3, 4 thrift stores in one trip. That way I'm not driving up to the thrift store and back and just wasting a lot of time driving. So right now it's around 1:45. I started driving at around 1:25 for the trip. So I'm basically going to share with you guys where I'm going, and then after each store, I'm gonna show you guys what I found, how much profit it'll be, and all that. I would suggest as you go and thrift yourself, just keep a little tab in your notes of how much potential profit you think the items are gonna be, and that way you can kind of know what your progress is like. With that said, we are at Goodwill right now. I don't know if you guys can see, it looks like the very back of the area because there was not much parking. But we're gonna go in there. It's busy, but I don't really care because I'm an online arbitrage seller. I'm much more comfortable with higher prices than most people are, and I'm also more knowledgeable about all this stuff. Not to toot my own horn, but I do a lot of online arbitrage with items that you'll find at a thrift store, but I just go and purchase them on eBay instead. So that's a major advantage if you do online arbitrage, especially eBay to Amazon. You're just gonna be able to go through these thrift stores a lot quicker and make more money per hour. So let's go see what we can find. All right, first store done. It's around 2:30. We were in there for like 40 minutes. I'll tell you the total profit and spend in a second. But first, these are the items that I found. I found this top fin. It's like a filter for aquariums. That one I purchased, I think it was like $4. It's gonna be $11 profit, sells quick. Glad about that. Then we found this Betty Crocker cake set. This is going for around 50 bucks. And this one was $9, so that's gonna be a total profit of $26. And then last but not least, we found this Pampered Chef apple peeler corer slicer. Super hard to say. It was $5. We're gonna sell it for around $65 for a profit of $44. We were in there for like 40 minutes, found like $80 profit and spent around $16, which is great ROI. Actually, ironically, we usually do better than that. So we'll see what we end up finding at the next thrift store. I mean, not too bad. Usually goes better than that, but let's see what we find at the next store. We have 3 more stores to go. We have one pretty big store and another one that is more of a kind of a smaller thrift store, not as well known, and then yeah, we'll see how those go. All right, so we're here at the Ark. It's a Colorado chain thrift store. I usually do pretty good here. It's a little bit more expensive than Goodwill, but I often find better stuff. So let's see what we can find. All right, so it's around 3:35. We are done with that store. We ended up finding a couple good items here. If I can get this out of the bag, we found this Radio Shack stereo AV selector. This one we paid $10 for. It's gonna be around $19 profit. And then this one, I thought it was gonna be less profit than it actually is. Let's make sure you guys can see it. But it's a Pet Safe Elite remote trainer, new in the box. I was kind of confused about the condition because the back looked like it wasn't new, but it actually is. Unfortunately, I don't think we can sell this on Amazon. I think there's IP issues, or I'm gated. We'll have to get on the computer and see. I couldn't tell on the phone. But on eBay, it looks like new in the box they sell for somewhere in the ballpark of $150 to $180 if they're completely new. If they're open box, it seems like it was around $100. So worst case scenario, $60 profit. Best case scenario, around $100. Actually, best case scenario would probably be $120 profit, because we would sell at around $170, and that would be around $120 profit. It's around, this was $20 to purchase in the store. After fees and shipping, I'm figuring we're gonna try to get around $100 profit. Our next store, that's the one I have the most high hopes for. It's not Goodwill, it's not the Ark, it's not a big chain. It is a thrift store that's just one location. Pretty big store, but it's not as well known as the other ones. So let's see what we can find. So it's around $350 and we are at the next store. I actually was able to do an online arbitrage purchase in the car for around $130 profit. So super time efficient on that, and that's kind of why online arbitrage is better than thrifting and retail arbitrage in general. Online arbitrage, you're just gonna be able to make more money per hour. Thrifting, you're gonna be able to multiply your money, basically turn almost nothing into something a lot better, and therefore you can use that money to do more online arbitrage if you're not wanting to leverage capital, credit, or anything like that. But we are at the third thrift store. Let's see what we can find. All right, so it's around 5:10. We were in there for over an hour. We found 5 items. There were a lot of good items in there, but they are very high priced. So there's a lot of looking up items and them being too high priced. That's just how it is these days with thrift stores. It's kind of a matter of finding the stuff that falls through the cracks, and there are plenty of those. One of our items here is this, basically this anti-aging mask. This one I think sells for around $65 if I can remember right. And it's gonna be a profit of around $37. We're paying $15 for that. We found this Canon compact photo printer here. Good brand to get ungated in. Really find a lot of Canon when I thrift. That one is gonna be around, I just have a notebook with all the prices and stuff here, but that one is gonna be around $24 profit. They really priced those ones low, only $3. Same with this one as well, just some ink, not expired and completely new. So we're gonna sell that for around $14 profit. We found this 𝗤nci𝗰𝗶 digital picture frame. That one I think is going to be around $45 profit. We got it for $8. So we're gonna sell that on Amazon. Looks like it has reviews, so it looks like it's getting sales. And then this one is kind of an annoying situation. You're just gonna have stuff like this happen. We found a 𝗰𝗶 �ស៊𝗶𝗹 and 𝗰𝗶 is a good brand, but I haven't come across it too much. So if we were to sell this on Amazon, we would probably make another $40 profit. But if we sell it on eBay, we're probably gonna make around $40. The price is around $15. It's basically new in the box. The sold comp that's gonna come up on screen was for an open box where they took it out of the box so we can charge more for it. So if I go ahead and get the ungate, that'll be good for the future, but basically that's gonna eat up all the profit of this item. So I'm kind of debating whether I just go ahead and get the ungate or if I just sell it on eBay. Probably just gonna get the ungate and then do some OA with this type of stuff, because I'm sure there's other models that I could flip as well. In total, it was around $155 profit, spent around 45, after sales tax around 50 bucks in spend. So that one went better than the other ones. It also took longer. Definitely not as flashy of a day as I kind of thought it was gonna be, because I have been thrifting pretty regularly and it's just been better other days. I guess this route just isn't the best. I haven't been on this route for a long time, and honestly this route might not be the best one. So We are going to go to the final store and see what we found. Still very happy with what we found so far. I think we're at around $300 potential profit in this thrift trip. So even though I'm like kind of disappointed about it, it's still pretty good. So let's go to the last one and see what we can find. All right, we're here at the last thrift store at a Goodwill. Let's see what we can find. So we came out of this last Goodwill absolutely empty-handed. So it's around $5.50. It's around 20 minutes home. By the time we get home and get all this stuff out of the car, it'll be around $6.25. So we spent around 5 hours doing this. We ended up finding $354 of potential profit. So the hourly on that comes to around $70 an hour. Of course, we have to factor in that we are going to have to list this stuff. My idea was to hire someone to list the stuff, but that process is taking longer than I thought. So I'm going to be listing a lot of this stuff. And also, unfortunately, I was hoping to have more of a profitable time to show with you guys, because in the past it has been more profitable than this. This is probably the worst thrift trip that I've done in a while. Not necessarily my fault, but this is probably the low end of what you can expect if you're ungated in the amount of brands that I'm ungated in and with my experience. So yeah, $354 potential profit, not too bad, even though it could often be better. Online arbitrage definitely is the way to go, but if you are having capital issues, thrifting still can be a really good way to give yourself a lot higher ROI, because we probably only spent around $80 today. So still, that's going to be really good ROI on our money, and most of this stuff is going to sell pretty quick. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. I have more videos specifically about online arbitrage and how to do that on my channel. So hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Take care.